Have like 3 days of constant interaction before she'll like say hi or anything.
She wants to come over here.
No,
she keeps
doesn't.
poking around the corner.
No,
she
doesn't.
She keeps poking around the corner.
Just pacing, man, looking for something to kill.
Looking for something to kill, making sure nothing's going to kill her.
Matt Zerilli, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here. Shit.
Good, man.
Thing.
Every time somebody comes in here and they're like, "Oh, this is the setup." It means I know that they mean it like complimentary. Like it's just it's just in my apartment.
I like it, man.
But in my head, it's like, yeah, it's a real nice
See,
setup.
what it is,
Don't be self-conscious.
we've got pretty nice equipment.
It is nice.
In a shit setting.
Yeah,
It seems pretty nice. It seems pretty formal to me.
I've been thinking more and more about setting it up in the other room, which is my bedroom, because I have a huge fucking bedroom.
Hell yeah.
And I got a lot of room for it. So I've been thinking about setting it up in there.
Put a disco bulb on. You could play some sexy music. Shit.
I think
this might end up in the bedroom.
Just maintain the status quo. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it ends up in the bedroom, I'm fucking leaving.
Good thing Levi's here to break up all the sexual tension between Smitty and I.
You have a huge comedian, Matthew Zerilli.
Hey.
You have a wait. Do you prefer Matt or Matthew? Because I call you
Everybody-
Matthew on the air, but
I know. Everybody always asks, and I never really care. I don't know. I even do it both myself. I usually go with Matthew, I guess. Comedy, usually I say Matthew. That's usually the way. I never really picked one.
Because I only go by Nate. Usually, yeah.
Is it Nathan?
It is Nathan.
It's Nathan.
It's not Nathaniel.
Okay.
No,
I'm kind of blessed.
You look like a Nathaniel.
Because fuck you. I'm kind of blessed because I'm the only kid that our parents didn't name
a nicknameable name.
Yeah.
No
Levi.
shit.
Leave.
Lev.
If somebody tells me to leave, I'm like, all right.
You should be
I'm fucking out of here.
My name is people call me Levi. It's short for Leviathan. That'd be a good.
A few people have called me that.
Leviathan?
Yeah, it's
Leviathan.
It's very complimentary.
Levi's not short for anything. Though.
Nope.
It's just Levi.
Yep.
That is biblical.
That's it.
It's a biblical name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Old Testament shit.
Something like that.
How many brothers and sisters you guys have?
This is Josh.
You guys are related? You tell people that? You're related?
Yeah,
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
Fucking
I didn't want to like spoiler alert.
I go out to the bar or something with him, and you're like, I wonder if people think we're dating, and then I'm like, fuck no, look at us. Yeah. There's no way.
You guys aren't from Mansalona. Oh, I
you guys
can't
are
say
from
that.
around here.
We're not from fucking Mansalona.
That's right, Mansalona.
We're from fucking Rapid City. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's a step down, actually.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
great.
like Kalkaska, Mansalona, Rapid City.
It's true. Kevin Downey Jr., who's a comic, he has a thing. He has a standing thing out at the Tropicana out in Vegas, and he comes here and does shows sometimes. And he does this. He's done 2 or 3 shows here now, and he's got one that he goes around and he tells a joke about a shit city, and he always uses Mansalona when he goes over here, which is great. He's like, "Give me a shit city from around here."
I did a phone topic on the other thing that I do.
Yeah,
once.
The other
thing that will not be named.
Well, for now, but
We'll see how it goes.
it's gonna go just fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But I did a phone topic. Had people call up with nicknames for their cities, and so I don't live in Grand. Okay, this is a fucking Traverse City Postal. The United States Postal Service recognizes this as Traverse City. Grand's like across the street. But I had somebody call up and say Grand Salona. I'm like, that's fucking money.
Grand Salona's pretty good.
Grand Salona.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That captures the whole experience.
I wonder who's got a running like lead on meth heads per capita. Is it Grand or Mansalona? They're on away in there.
It's got to be close.
Kalkaska's definitely in there. Yeah, it's meth country.
Yep.
So you have a
speaking of day jobs. Yeah. I have a big gig coming up. Oh,
Sunday.
You didn't answer my question. So, brother, how many brothers and sisters you got?
4. Josh and then Steph. So
Josh,
so
Steph.
we're 4.
What is the order?
I'm the oldest. Levi's the youngest.
No shit.
Yeah.
Are they both live around here?
Josh in Traverse City and Steph in Kalkaska. So yeah,
dude, shout out to Kalkaska.
Meth heads. Look, I'm from there.
Steph's a meth head.
I'm from Rapid City, but I'm just kidding.
Allegedly.
But I went to Kalkaska schools, so I say Kalkaska and Rapid City, but I live in Rapid City, so it's the same goddamn thing.
Kind of. Rapid City's got a strip club, so there's that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. What's the name of that place? Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
Brother Josh used to work there.
Who did?
DJing. Yeah.
No shit.
I used to work there. You just have to say DJing because what are the odds, right?
Well, I mean, you're nice looking. I'm not. I know that you can have some moves. Yes, Sunday.
Got boobs.
He does look. He looks like our Aunt Susie. So he just shaved, and I don't feel bad because I feel like it hurts his fucking feelings when I say that. But like when I shave and I put on reading glasses, you're like, "Hey, you look like mom." So you can look like Aunt Susie. You're part of the fucking family, man.
Yeah, it's it's all comes by it. Honestly, that'll be a tough job. I think to be a stripper DJ. I don't know. That would be a tough job.
Maybe.
And now,
apparently they're very demanding.
Why?
Me.
Yeah. Strip clubs are weird. Like ever since, it's amazing that strip clubs still exist now that there's like internet porn. Like I guess I mean, who's still into like going to strip club?
Well,
I mean,
look, we could talk about. Look, we
get me wrong.
We had Ben Max on.
Yeah.
Sitting right where you're sitting a couple days ago.
Mr. Ben Max.
We were talking about this brothel in Texas. Now, this is an offshoot of a brothel in Toronto.
Okay.
It is a brothel of sex dolls.
Yeah.
So who the fuck is going there? Like, you can jerk off for free, man.
That's my point. Like, you go to a strip club, it's like, great. I like looking at, I'm a married guy. By the way, I'm a married guy. I should note that. But it's
wonderful wife.
Yeah, she's great. She's all right. I mean,
well, I've never met her, so I'll take your word for it.
She's good. She's good.
Yeah, she's
okay.
all right.
Yeah.
She's good in the wife department. But it's like, yeah, that's my point. Like, you can get all worked up and then just go home. It's like,
that's dumb.
Just
I'm
skip
single
the middle,
and
man.
I don't like going.
That's what I mean. Skip the middleman and just jerk off at home. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The sex doll thing is fascinating to me, though. I actually do a little bit of material about sex dolls in my act because it's weird to me. It always seems like, speaking of like the Mars thing happened, the Mars rover thing happened yesterday.
Yeah,
we landed on Mars, which is
watch that live.
Amazing. It was fucking cool.
It was great.
I watched it live. It was great. I was feeling really good about the country.
So you read the comments. So you read the comments online.
Well, it was funny because I was looking on CNN. I was watching it live. I'm like, God, I feel really good about the country right now. We're in this, and these fucking nerds are just going nuts, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Like,
no, when I watched it happen, I'm like, this is like the nerd Super Bowl.
That's it.
This is like motherfuckers. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, we were going ape shit. It would be the exact same thing if you're a fucking nerd and you created this goddamn robot to go to Mars.
It's
It'd be the
Super Bowl for
exact same
nerds.
thing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling really good, and then like the next story down on CNN was Trump has rally in Mississippi. I look at that, I'm like, that leveled me out. You got this an act of genius followed by Trump in Mississippi.
President Trump. What do you think about the Mars landing? Didn't happen.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yeah. So I don't know. Like real dolls are weird to me. Like that's a whole. It's an odd. Like I don't know.
Like stop you because we brought this up the other day.
Yeah.
Real doll. Do you remember a movie with real doll in it? What the fuck was that movie? Because you said real doll.
Real
and
doll.
I feel like that's not the same thing, right?
They call those. Don't they call those sex dolls real dolls? Isn't that the ones that like the
maybe
$8,000 ones or whatever that you can custom build? I feel like. Can we Google on this? Is this a Google free zone or can I Google this?
You can Google
away.
it. But I for some reason I think there was a movie that featured the term
doll.
real doll or something. I'm probably wrong.
The number one realistic sex dolls. First thing that comes up in the search.
Well, then, that's probably where that
It's
came from.
basically like you can build them. They're lifelike sex dolls. They look like a fucking corpse, dude. They look like a sex corpse.
Yeah, no, they have like detachable feet. You can order.
They have a skeletal system. They have like a it's like a fleshy. It's like a dead body. It's like a dead body. You basically get like a sex corpse.
Look, it's gonna like if you didn't have that inclination before, it's just because you create so many fucking corpse fuckers.
Yes, I mean necrophiliacs.
Yeah, you just
like,
got to move up that level.
I do a joke about it. I'm like, at first I'm like, God, it's kind of gross because you know that some of the people that buy them are necrophiliacs. But I'm like, what if they're trying to quit? It's like a necrophiliac duels. Same great taste, less murder.
No, man, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Weird. I don't know. I want to try it, kind of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, part of me is like...
just to fuck it to see what it feels like.
For research purposes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That way you can know what you're talking
That's what
about.
I mean.
Yeah.
I'm a scientist is my point. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to...
Like, I've fucked pocket pussies before.
Well,
just to try it.
You get creative. Like,
I don't know why you're so embarrassed. Why? Just to see what would happen. It's not fucking impressive.
That's why this is called SmittyDick's. We got to dick jokes in less than 5 minutes. Oh, 10 minutes. It took us 10 minutes. It's a new record.
We were talking about what we want to call bonus content on this podcast. I'm like, we got to call it boner content.
Boner content.
Boner content.
Yep.
What about clips? We call it SmittyDick's quick clips.
Clips.
We call it if you post clips of the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll call it
Smitty clips.
The fuck did I say?
Unsolicited dick clips.
Yep.
That
Unsolicited dicks.
is solid. That's I support that.
Or solicited dicks because we're fucking soliciting. Solicited dicks.
There you go.
Consensual dick pics. Consent. It's all about consent, ladies. We're all about the consent. I would not. I don't know. Sex dolls. Weird. It's legit strange, but it is like my point. I guess in the whole thing was when it comes to advancements, it seems like porn and like it's that urge that drives technology, right? Like because pornography is what kind of drove the internet. Like that's where a lot of the streaming content came from. Like that technology is
okay. No, that's
first.
a greater question, I guess. Where would the internet be without porn? Would it be as awesome as it is?
I don't know.
Without porn.
I don't know. I remember back in the day downloading the old. Remember the scrolling pics that you'd have the dial-up internet pics. Yeah, it was like it'd be tall hair and shit. It took a long time. You had to commit.
I'm a little young for that one.
Oh, dude, you don't even.
Fuck
you don't remember.
are.
You don't remember.
I didn't.
You don't know I struggled. We were in the shit.
I didn't do a whole lot of internet surfing.
No?
When we had
What
dial-up.
was
old are
that
you,
goddamn
Levi?
website? There was a website. This is like early 2000s, probably 2001. And I want to call it was Steak and Cheese or something along those lines.
Steak and cheese.
And you could get titties on it and porn on it, but you also had to be careful because it just all of a sudden, like a mislabeling. They fucking did it on purpose. So they'd be like, oh, yeah, this, and you click on it, hoping it's porn, and it's a dead body.
Oh, that was, there was one called something. I know what you're talking about. Something about like a train something. Shoot, I can't remember. Something station?
I don't remember that
Steak
necessarily.
station or something? I don't remember. I don't know. But yeah, it was a weird time. It was the Wild West back then. It was tough being a kid. It's tough being a kid and dial-up internet in porn days.
Yeah.
Just running around with typing with your boner. It was tough. How old are you?
36.
Oh,
They ain't that
you look a
fucking
lot
young.
younger
No,
than
but
36.
I know.
You
Yeah, I
do.
know.
You look like you get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look.
I just got
How old are you?
carded.
I'm 40. I'll be 43
Okay, I'm 41.
later
I'm
next
41.
month. About a month from now, yeah.
Okay.
I just got carded buying some booze.
No shit.
And
I would have pegged you for like 25. Seriously.
well, she reads my ID. She's like, "Get out of here." I would have never guessed 36. I'm like, yeah.
No, she said, "Really, get the fuck out of here."
Well, if she knew me, she would have.
I get the same thing. Most people think I'm probably mid 30s or something.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
If I take the beard off,
yeah.
Yeah.
I look like I'm fucking 17.
I think it has to do with. I say it all the time. Like I'm 41. People always say I look like I'm like younger, and I'm like, well, I don't have kids sucking the soul out of my.
That's dude. I feel like that.
Yeah,
because
there's
I feel
something to
like
it.
I feel like people.
There's something to it. My life force still exists.
The more stress you have, look
true.
at the presidents throughout history. The more stress you have, the older you look.
Yeah.
And fucking, I don't have kids. I don't have that stress.
I'm basically an adult toddler. Like it's pretty much what I do. Like I have like a
You have
toddler's
dogs.
life. I have dogs. I love them. They're
Animals.
great. Speaking of dogs, where's Honey?
Is she gonna bark? Oh my god! I thought she was gonna go.
She's like, "Get the."
She's accepted me as a presence in this house. At least she's allowing me to be in this house.
She's
which
just
is nice.
keeping watch now.
Yeah. So Sunday we were getting there. So Sunday, I'm pretty excited. I do comedy. I've been doing it for a few years now, and this is like kind of the first big deal. Like it's a big deal. I've opened for a few people.
I'm stoked for you, man.
Dude, it's crazy. Tom Green of the Tom Green Show, and he's done Tom Green Live and a few other things. He was married to Drew Barrymore.
Oh, that's right.
Somebody today.
We need to talk to him about that.
Yeah, remember when he had testicular cancer too, like in the 90s?
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yep.
So
He
me and
got his
Tom
ball cut off, didn't he?
Me and Tom are old friends. Yeah, well, yeah, no, I don't. I've never met Tom Green, but I get to open for him this Sunday in Kalamazoo, so I'm pretty excited. Bob Fredericks,
Two shows.
2 shows, man. Early and a late show feature, so it's gonna be like probably 30 minutes.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I'm really fucking excited, and that's a cool room too. I don't know if you've ever been to Shakespeare's Lower Level in Kalamazoo. It's a really fucking cool room. So Bob Fredericks is the man, and he pushed that out to a bunch of comics, and we applied, and I got to do it. So
I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked Ben.
Yeah.
Because he was at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle.
He just got to do this. The up and come. What do they call it? The breakout. It's the first time they've ever done it. Breakout Michigan Comic Show. That was huge, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. I'm really proud.
But but your level of nervous, like how nervous do you get for shows you do at venues you do all the time, like Studio Anatomy or Union Street or something like that, and then versus, how?
I'm really glad this is in a room that I know. I'll say that. I get more nervous. I get nerves. I always get nervous, which I think is good. But I get more nervous now, I feel like, when it's different, when it's new venues. I feel like, because I've been to Shakes a bunch of times. That was actually one of the first places I ever performed in, was at their open mic. But I get really nervous in new venues for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because you just don't really know. you kind of walk in, you don't really know where everything is or the energy of the room or something. I don't know, but I'm glad that this is at Shakespeare's. I'm still going to be super nervous when I get down there.
I've seen you do stand up a bunch of times. Your main job, your day job, you work at an addiction recovery center.
An addiction rehab. I've been trying to quit, but I can't. Whoa! Yeah, that's fucking stupid. No,
Addict
I do.
jokes.
Addict jokes. Hey-o! No, I've been, I work at a rehab in town. I don't know if I should, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I should mention it or not. But it's a thing in Traverse City. I've been working at this place for a few years. I manage a couple inpatient rehabs. So, I'm a sober dude myself. Been sober for a few years. And, it's a cool thing. It's a cool place. You get to hang out with, I get to see a lot of cool shit happen there. Do
you ever write jokes about
oh, dude, so much
shit that goes? Because I can't remember if I've ever heard you do an addiction joke.
Dude, it's great. Yeah. I get like a lot of the jokes I write and the stuff that I really find interesting is like human interaction stuff. And I see the funniest shit happen in that environment. It's the greatest. So I take a lot of that. I take a lot of stuff out of there. Not like personal stuff because I can't share any of that shit. But
no, you can't. But I mean,
there's a lot of.
I don't know how much you can talk about it and keep it vague and keep it obviously anonymous.
Right.
But we'll call him Bob.
Fucking Bob. No, it was it's really cool. But Ben Max, dude. Speaking of which, I was really pumped. I'm glad you had him on here. He's a funny dude. He's great.
No, man, he's
I love that guy.
Funny motherfucker.
Yeah, we've been having this has been a good year for us, and your other job has been a big part of that. And can I say that?
Yeah.
Your other job is
I just try to keep that out of this.
As a brothel DJ. Yeah. Your other job is a brothel DJ.
Yeah,
it's great. Brothel DJ is a tough job because you got to go in the bedroom and make the soundtrack.
Killed him.
So there's a brothel. I'm all over the place. Sorry, I got a scatterbrain. I can't get past. We can't pass up the. So there's a brothel for sex dolls.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Look, no, I can't. My phone's doing that. But
what is it called? What's it called?
Well, I don't know. The sex doll brothel in Texas, but it comes from Toronto. There's one in Toronto, so the company is opening one.
Sex doll brothel
in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we might have the on location for the next SmittyDick's podcast. I know that. Sex doll brothels are here to stay, according to Vice. Holy shit. There's a map of sex doll brothels, the future of sex.
Fuck. There's your road trips to Texas to fuck dolls.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I know, dude.
I don't know if you are. That's the thing. I don't know if you are.
Dude, this one's got a map of all the sex doll brothels in the world. Fuck, they're rocking and rolling over in Europe. Is
there one near Michigan?
looks like there's only a couple in the United States. Oh, there is. That must be Toronto. Why does this thing suck so bad? Come on.
Because there's no, you're not hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
Come on, map. Yeah. I got to get to a sex doll brothel. Oh, yeah, Toronto. So there's that one. Must be the one in Toronto.
What is going to be worse when people have theirs custom ordered to look like a celebrity?
Yeah.
That's when you're going to find who the fucking real stalkers are. I mean, you can find them now.
Well, it's like Westworld. Have you watched Westworld? Where they have the robots?
Yeah. It's really good.
Well, somebody's got to clean the dolls. That's gross.
Well, my ADD just kicked in because I was binging No Doubt earlier today. I haven't listened to No Doubt in forever, man. So I'm fucking listening to No Doubt. I have YouTube the shit out of it. God damn right. Gwen Stefani, I'm still in love with her. So I Googled.
She's an important woman in my childhood.
Google image search Gwen Stefani because I just wanted to look at her.
Yeah.
And fucking first thing that pops up is her with fuckface.
Gavin Rossdale?
No, because she divorced him.
Oh,
the other
Blake
one.
Shelton.
Yeah, fuck that guy. God, that's not what I want to see. When I
mighty have fallen.
God damn it.
That is a weird thing that she ended up being on that show that America's Got. What is it? America's Got Talent?
The Voice?
Yeah.
But I was like, just now I was like thinking about my ADD kicked in. I was thinking about No Doubt that I was listening to that. And then I said, well, if you could create a fucking celebrity sex doll. And I was like, what if I had one made look like Gwen Stefani? I'm like, I ain't no fucking stalker. I ain't doing that.
That's a little creepy. Gwen Stefani was great. God damn. Just a girl.
With her bare midriff?
Yeah, that was an important midriff in my childhood. It was burned into my memory. Yeah, that's crazy. And now she's on the fucking Voice.
What a waste of her talent. Have you listened to new No Doubt that came out probably 3 or 4 years ago?
I have not. Garbage. I kind of lost the thread. Is it no good?
Stupid. Yeah. Gross.
Yeah, it's basically Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, there's not anything rock involved. Even like the later
Oh, you mean like
2
the
albums that they had were kind of
BNAS or whatever?
techno-ish.
Yeah.
But now it just sucks.
Yeah, it's brutal. Who still has the staying power? Who's a band? Are there any punk bands that still have staying power?
Green Day, even though a lot
around?
of fans wouldn't consider them
Like
punk anymore, really.
Punk, yeah.
I don't even want to say the Offspring because they kind of went
Yeah.
away.
That's a tough genre to maintain. I guess Henry Rollins doesn't perform out anymore. The punk is tough. I just watched Henry Rollins on whatchamacallit, Joe Rogan's podcast. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw him on that. He's been on that twice, and I watched that a
I'm a
little
big
bit.
fan. I'm
Yeah.
a big Henry Rollins fan from way back. I actually saw him talk in Marquette one time when I was going to school up there. Interesting.
Oh,
guy.
that's a good show. Because I've seen clips. I think there's one on Showtime right now.
Dude, he does like 3 hours. Yeah, he just released a new one. His spoken word stuff. He does like 3 hours. He's hardcore. Oh, I just went to see him. Down in he was in Royal Oak at the Royal Oak Theater.
Okay.
I just went to see him. I think last fall. I brought my wife and she hated it. Because he does like 3 hours, dude. And it's kind of like cool and inspiring. It's kind of like stand up. It's kind of weird. And then like we got to like the 2 hour mark and I was like, can we just not do this anymore? Like this is, he goes forever.
Well, I was talking to him actually about this the other day. Ralphie May at Leelanau Sands Casino.
Yep.
This is probably, I don't know,
Ralphie
it was
May's not around
2012,
anymore. He passed away
2013.
last year, didn't he?
Yeah, 2 years ago maybe. Mm-hmm. But that motherfucker went for 2.5 hours and just
That's
fucking
crazy.
Killed the whole time.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a marathon. Like as someone who's been doing comedy for a little while, and I do it quite a bit, but like a half hour to me is amazing. That's a lot of time. An hour, a headliner is like an hour.
Yeah.
Somebody like Chris Rock does an hour 40 every night. Chappelle has done. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records for a while. He's done like 8-hour shows.
Well, no, were you watching Rogan with me? He had Joe Rogan had Dave Attell on last night and Jeff Ross. It was a great podcast.
Yeah, I have to watch that.
But they were talking about, I think it was them talking, I don't know, Chappelle.
Yeah.
When he goes to like not open mics, but like the Comedy Store, whatever in LA.
Yeah, the Belly Room.
He'll just fucking go up there for 3 hours and just work out all of his shit over the course of like 3 hours. Nobody else even tries to get time because Chappelle's on. It's like, why?
He's a living legend, dude. I love that guy. I love that's kind of like that last special he did last year, the one where he just sits in the chair and just works through he just talks funny, He's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see him live at some point. It'd be great.
Like it just took my brain like that split second to realize he just talks funny. I'm like, does he have a lisp? Oh no, but you mean he's funny when he talks. I get it. Yeah,
he can just sit up there and talk and do it. I tried to go see him in Grand Rapids. That dude's in rare air because he can Van Andel in Grand Rapids holds 30,000 people or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And he announced that he was going to do Van Andel. This is a couple years ago. He just announced on his website he's going to do Van Andel. Tickets are going to go on sale whatever week it was. It's going to be Friday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? So I put it on my thing. I kind of forgot about it. He sold out in like an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking Van Andel, 30,000 seats. Added a second show, sold it out. Like, he can do that anywhere. Like, it's just nobody can do that.
And what's cool about Chappelle is that
very few people can do that.
That motherfucker can say whatever the fuck he wants, kind of within reason, but not really, because he'll really say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But he's calling out kind of like
anything.
He calls out a lot of overly PC shit.
Yeah.
While making fun of it at the same time.
It's brilliant.
So he catches shit, but he doesn't care because he still has the crowds. Dude. And Netflix is still like, okay, well, here's your fucking $100 million or however much we're paying you.
He did the first special he did last year. He made a bunch of trans jokes, and he got a bunch of shit about that. He put out another fucking special in the same year where he did jokes about people that had a problem with his last special. Like, fucking who can do that? Like, and that wasn't even the only, he did 3 or 4 specials last year? Yeah, he's amazing. And that's his, we were talking about censorship earlier. His whole thing is I don't remember which special it was in. It was in that, one of the specials he did last year. But that chunk where he talks about how stand-up comedy is essential because it's the responsibility of the comedian to speak recklessly. Like, that's the job, is to actually...
Well, no, yeah, and we've had this conversation before, and I go with, my quote is, my go-to is Carlin.
Yeah.
So he's like, the comedian's job is to fucking find the line and intentionally cross it. Yeah. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, you look at old Eddie Murphy like when he was dropping the homosexual F-bomb, like it like peppering it with it. And that's kind of what he said about the trans bit that he was doing. That's how people talk. It still exists. If it exists in the world and people are talking about it, you got to say it, because that's how we move past shit like that. That's part of the process.
Here's a great example of that. I follow Chris Spielman on Twitter. The legendary Detroit Lion linebacker.
54. That's right.
I don't know how the fuck this started, but somebody I think he was talking about Condoleezza Rice interviewing for the head coach position at Cleveland Browns.
Condoleezza Rice.
And I think he had said, I have nothing against males or females being a head coach, but I feel like you've had to have had some fucking experience coaching if you're going to be a coach.
See, it feels like a token move is what they were trying to say. Yeah. Not that
but that's all he said. He was just like, if she's qualified, fuck it, go for it.
How dare you?
But he used the words male, or I think he used the words female.
Oh, well, there you go.
and I remember the tweet. It's burned into my eyes and my brain. The tweet said something really, you don't refer to people as male or female. Is this really the sword you want to die on? I'm like, what the fuck world do I live in right now?
Dude.
Like, that's the actual scientific term.
It's brutal.
How the fuck do you get by in life?
Yeah. I do jokes about all kinds of shit. And there's particular rooms that I've been in, particularly in college towns, where I do a joke about, it uses the word abortion in it. It's not about abortion. It's just, it's a weird, I don't necessarily want to tell a joke, but it's like, it's not even necessary really to the joke. But I can feel like you lose them. Like just the word loses them, right? And I feel like it's like this red flag thing where it kills the baby, it throws the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
Like there are jokes that it's hard because then it fucks with you because you're like, I don't know if I want to do this, because then you end up you lose people. It's very difficult to talk about certain things. That's one of those things. It's really tough. I like to I do a joke about feminism. I can't remember exactly how it goes. Anyway, but it's a joke about how I'm a feminist because that's what my wife tells me to do. And then I say, and then people are like, "Oh, I get it." And then I go, "And she's the one that makes the sandwiches." And then people go, "What? Oh, how could you?"
Like, just turned it around.
It's dumb. Like that's how dumb it is. You can steer people around by their fucking outrage sometimes, and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
like a nose ring. Just lead them along. Yeah.
And that's frustrating, but it's also why I love comedy to a degree, because that's, like Chappelle says, that's the job of the comedian. Bill Burr's got a great bit about who's the Caitlyn Jenner, and about how Bill Burr's one of my comedy heroes also. Love the guy.
I only really just started watching him. I never really saw anything from him.
Talking about a guy that can really get into some heavy fucking shit.
Yeah.
He's just that big dumb energy. But he made a point on Conan one time. I think he was talking to Conan about how we're on your side, Caitlyn. Like, we're on your side, but you can't leave the room as Bruce Jenner and then come back as Caitlyn and expect us to be like, "Oh, hey, Caitlyn, where you been?" Like, give me a fucking second. You get like, let me just. We're on. Like, I'm not opposed to you, and I'm not like I want to support whatever's going to make you feel like a person, but give me a second to fucking change. You know what I mean? It's like, don't lose the context of. Like, what? It's fucking hard to adapt sometimes. Like, look, I got this fucking 40-year-old brain.
No, there was this, like, I was thinking about this.
We're getting into heavy shit now.
No.
Go back to dick jokes.
It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
It is a dick joke. But it's like, I'm the same as you. I want them to be comfortable and be accepted and whatever. But don't fucking tell me that I have to just start saying...
Yeah,
she went. It's just that I want to accept that.
I am on your side, but it's challenging. You got to know all the code words. That's another thing Bill Burr says is when you set up all the code words like that, it also shows people what logs to hop onto to get around that shit. That's like where the urban market comes from, right? Because you can't use any of the other like words like that.
Yeah,
like they figure out, they being the fucking fascists that do exist out there, figure out how to get around it through language, right? You figure out the loopholes. So I don't know. I think I maintain that comedy's it's got a big say, and Jeremy West, who you're gonna have on in a bit, one of my fucking favorite dudes. He talks about it at the beginning of every open mic. I've started saying it too. Open mics are like the last bastion of free speech. Like that's where you gotta throw that ugly shit out there because it doesn't matter if it's funny. Like
who did that fucking pedophile joke at that open mic at Union Street? Who the fuck did that
Evan
joke? What was that joke? What was that joke? Man, that was pretty fucking funny.
Oh man.
It was just like it was something along the lines of pedophiles. Yeah, they're terrible people, or something like that. It was like, yeah, they suck.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah, it's tricky, man. It's but I think it's important. I honestly maintain. I think that like talking about stuff like that on stage is part of like society's process of like not only recognizing shit that we need to change, but it's like part of the process. Like some stuff just doesn't hold up. Comedy doesn't have great shelf life sometimes. Like political comedy doesn't necessarily have a great shelf life. I mean,
no, it doesn't
tough.
because I mean you watch, and I'm not even a huge Bill Maher fan.
Yeah.
But you watch his stuff
dated.
4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all political shit
Yeah.
and doesn't even resonate anymore.
Yeah,
So
meanwhile, you got guys like Seinfeld that he literally did a special. Seinfeld did, where he went back to his home room, like that room in, I don't remember what the name of the room is in New York, and he told jokes that he wrote while he like old jokes, like 40-year-old jokes.
Oh, that's
from the
funny,
70s,
really?
dude. And the jokes are what's the deal? Like they're Seinfeld jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the deal with zippers? Like it's fucking the same
Yeah.
shit. And it killed. Like the show was great, and it's all jokes that he wrote like in the first 4 years of his comedy career or whatever.
well, it's like back to Carlin. I mean, one of his best specials is the Jammin' in New York special.
Yeah.
And the part where he gets political, he's talking about Bush Sr. and Cheney and fucking the Gulf War. And it's like, that's the only part of it that is just like, because you don't,
Yeah.
it's fucking old news.
You remember the one that when he got older, he got really bitter, which I kind of loved. Like that.
Bitter and like, I didn't think it was possible for him to be way more like,
Acerbic, yeah.
apathetic is not the right word, although it is the right word.
I know what you're trying
Bitter's
to say.
right word too.
Yeah, he was like way more like it's like more anarchy.
Jaded is what it was.
Yeah.
Jaded.
You know that one special where he came out, it was one of his last ones where he came out and he said, I just want to start off by saying fuck Lance Armstrong.
Fuck Tiger Woods.
Fuck Tiger Woods.
Fuck Dr. Phil.
Fuck that asshole.
Yeah.
Sick of his bikes and his balls.
I saw him at that. I saw him on that tour. There was 2 tours that I saw him on because I saw him twice. Once was at Leland Los Santos Casino.
No shit.
And that was right before 9/11. Mm-hmm. So he had this whole like half of his bit was about fucking watching people die.
Yeah.
And in buildings and huge fires and car crashes and
His
shit.
estate just released that actually.
They did.
Yeah.
He killed it after 9/11.
You can't do that bit.
Yeah.
That one's got to go.
He's like, oh,
I don't give a fuck if you're George Washington.
Right,
You
even
can't do
George
that shit.
Carlin was like, I'm going to kill this.
Yeah.
And then the last time I saw him was that tour that he did before he died, that last HBO special. So that was pretty fucking rad.
Dude. Yeah, he was one of the greats. He's a good one. Who's your favorite comic, Levi? Working.
George Carlin.
Really?
Oh, working?
Yeah, live. Living.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
I don't care.
No,
He's a great
man,
comic,
it's not.
Funny guys are funny guys.
No,
That's just the way
it's
it
not.
is.
It's not. Like I even feel.
He's got a real doll, I bet.
You know he does. You know he does. Well,
He doesn't
He
even
does. Sit in the corner.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs.
Yep.
Let me sit there. That's a good investment. That would have been a good investment. He should be Louis Sex Dolls. He should be the real doll sponsor.
now instead of asking to jerk off in front of chicks, he's just going to ask, "Can I fuck this doll in front of you?"
Louis C.K.
Because it's just glorified jerking off, is what it
Louis
is.
C.K. supports real dolls.
But now, even like I feel like you can't share anything Louis C.K. related, even if it's a fucking hilarious bit or something. You can like show it to your friends in a dark corner in a room.
He's a funny dude, man. I mean, revolutionary. That guy's a revolutionary comic. He's into some weird shit, but I don't know. He's gonna come out with another special. We were talking about this earlier. He's gonna come out with another special.
Yeah, and like Netflix won't take it. It just there's no way.
I feel like he doesn't need to do that. He's had that direct to consumer model. He's that's some of the revolutionary stuff about him is he did that series. This is all pre public masturbation. Or
The FX series.
What was the one? Well, Louis was great. The FX series. I'm thinking of that thing he
the
did.
baskets?
Horace and Pete. Remember Horace and Pete? He delivered that directly. It was really weird. Steve Buscemi was in it.
I remember hearing
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, it was goofy as fuck from what I
It
heard.
was really weird. No laugh track, no nothing. It
Yeah.
was like theater, and they did it like they shot it like almost instantly and like just put it out. And I watched it and didn't necessarily care for it. But that's the kind of shit that he was into, like doing stuff that he had that channel that he could do weird shit like that.
Yeah.
So I think he will come out with a special, and I will probably watch that special. I don't know. Like it to me, and we were talking a little about this, but to me it reminds me of. It's like Pryor when he was smoking crack and set himself on fire and went through that really terrible couple of 3 years or whatever, and he shot up his wife's car, and he was fucking horrible. He
was crazy.
Beat up his wife, beat up his kids.
Yeah.
Like he was a fucking horrible person. He's the greatest comic of all time. Horrible person.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. Ben Max actually did a thing recently where he worked with one of his kids. He worked with
Richard Pryor's kid. He was in. Was he in a movie with him? No, he did stand up with him. Oh wait, he did do a movie with him too.
A small part in a movie, and it's like, and we were talking about it. He didn't. It's like to everybody on Earth, he was the greatest comedian of all time. To that guy, he was just a shit dad. You know what I mean? He was just a shitty fucking dad. Like I don't care if my dad's selling out arenas. My dad was a fucking.
He said that motherfuckers want him. Ben said that Richard Pryor's kid said that people always want him to do his dad's jokes.
That's
what the
weird.
fuck?
How much must that fuck with him though? Like that would be like
he's probably just got to the point where he's like, fuck. He just it irritates you and you just blow it off. But there had to have been a time where it just fucked with you.
What do you want me to light my fucking hair on fire? What?
Yeah,
hand me that pipe. Hand me that crack pipe. But yeah, Richard Pryor is a fucking super genius. Obviously revolutionary comic, but he had demons. Like he had fucking demons, and I think there's something to that. Like there's darkness. Like it has to balance it out.
Well, it's like I go back and I look at Louis C.K. shit, and obviously it's not on. It's not available. The series isn't available anymore because they pulled it from everywhere.
He cost a lot of people jobs.
Dude, he fucking said so much shit in his stand-up, so much shit in his show.
He was telling
that basically illustrated how fucked up he is.
Yeah. He's a dark.
There was that one episode where he was having a dream about being on Fox News and sitting in with this Christian chick who was anti-masturbation. He's like, I'm gonna go jerk off to you later tonight, and like it's fucking hilarious and awkward as shit when it happens. But when you hear about how fucked up and weird he is now, you go back and look and you go, God damn.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to really talk about that, but it's like it's not Cosby level certainly. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if he can cobble together like I don't know. And it's funny because it's really
not Cosby level. What if he's getting fucked with in prison?
I don't
Is
know.
he a general population? He
85?
just went in the ice.
I think I read that he got beat up.
Really?
Yeah, because he made some joke or something in a lunchroom, and somebody didn't like it, and he got beat up.
Fucking yeah. Use the pudding pop. Boom.
You got to put the pudding in the pop. Pow. Sing. No shit. Yeah. Rudy! Oh, man. Cosby.
But no, I was wondering because I saw a story. This is in Florida, and it's some small-ass fucking town where the sheriff, who's white, just got convicted to 3 years in jail or prison for framing black people for crimes.
No shit.
Now, I didn't read really, and I did read the story, so I don't know if, I mean, it's racist either way you look at it, but
yeah, for sure.
I don't know if he was framing them because they were black or he framed them and they just happened to be black.
Interesting.
But either way.
He was white, though? The guy was white?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the chart? What do they call that? It must be like abusive.
I can't look it up.
Abusive system.
It's Florida sheriff
Florida,
framing
man.
black people or something like that. But that's what it was when I was thinking about Cosby and what kind of time he's doing. Like that motherfucker, if that cop gets put in general population, he's
over.
done in a week.
Yeah, it's over. That's how you know. Like that's how you know there's like a bigger accounting. There's like a bigger like pedophiles get killed in prison. Like there's like a bigger like thing working. Like that's how you.
No, that's your karma food chain right there.
Yeah, that's the cosmic accounting system. Like you know that there's more to it.
Cosmic accounting system.
Yeah, that's like you know that things are like it's going to sort itself out. That's like real justice. Yeah, I don't know. I used to do a bit about Cosby about how I feel like the only way because you can't fucking it's disproportionate. That dude has been doing that shit for 70 years or whatever. Like whatever the fuck.
I can't even
60 years.
I can't even tell you how much that devastated me.
Oh, dude.
Fucking Cosby was a hero of mine my whole life. Dude, my first stand-up was in 6th grade, and I did fucking 5 minutes. I did
From
word
himself.
for word from himself, the drug bit.
Oh yeah.
The drug bit.
What happens if you're already an asshole?
Right, that bit.
Yep.
So, but
Fucking, which is
all
great.
of his stand-up shit. I had it on album. I fucking watched Bill Cosby himself all the time. I watched the show religiously. I'm like, he seems like a really fucking stand-up dude.
Yeah, dude. Fat
Fuck.
Albert, he was the worst. Like, and he was the worst. And the whole funniest thing is he would
Like
make,
that.
yeah.
Like if. What more fucking pop culture, dude, is there than Bill Cosby between the fucking show, between Puddin' Pops, between OBKB and hey,
Fat
that
Albert.
fucking shit.
Yeah. It was like, it's terrible. So the bit that I would do is how, like, you can't, there's no way to be, you're talking about justice. Like the shit that he had done over all those years, there's really no, and he's fucking 80 now. He's going to go to jail. He's going to die in a couple of years or whatever.
He's going to die in prison.
And I'm sure, he's going to die in prison, but I'm sure it's, how do you really, I thought it would be funny if they just made him go back and overdub all the old Cosby shows and do it like as a creeper. And have to like explain how he really was. Like Rudy would come in for advice about going to prom and he'd be like, Dad, I got to go to prom. And he'd be like, what you got to do is go over to the punch bowl and put the special juice in the punch bowl. Then you take the date into the back room. And like, you know what I mean? Like and that should live forever as who he really was. Because we thought he was Cliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
Like that's who we thought he was. And it's I don't know. It feels extra criminal.
That's why it's worse than the Louis C.K. thing to me. It's a worse offense to me. It absolutely is a worse offense.
It's a worse offense. But I know what you mean. Like in the court of public opinion, it feels worse because he didn't pretend to be somebody that he wasn't. I guess. Maybe.
Well, he doesn't come across even when like on his show, and I feel like he's a pig.
Yeah, he's at least
it's awkward.
Yeah,
but he still tries to do the right thing, and even his apology when he got nailed for jerking off in front of all these women, he's like, "Yeah, I did it. I'm fucked up, and I tried to justify it by saying this or this or this or this or this, and I know I was wrong." And he seemed very genuine. I'm not saying that makes it better.
No, it doesn't. And it is probably there is an abuse of power degree to it, which I think is probably the thing that I guess I'm not totally clear on. So he jerked off in front of women. That's what
C.K. Yeah, Louis C.K.
did.
Yeah,
and the
Cosby drugged and raped.
Cosby, for a long time.
Yeah,
for a long time. That's fucking.
It was like a 40-year thing, right?
Dude.
From what I've heard.
And so, if anybody, speaking of Chappelle, he's got that great bit. He's like, and don't forget there was 8 hours of sleep in each one of those rapes. Which isn't that crazy, dude? Like. That's some sick shit. And the weirdest thing about it too is like Hannibal Buress. That's like everybody said they kind of knew about Cosby, and then Hannibal Buress did that one bit like a few years ago where he talked about how Cosby would rape people.
Yeah.
And then like people started like there was this groundswell of shit that started to happen, and then like it was weird how it all happened. It's amazing. I think it's more about like I don't know, fame and power than it is about race, really. You know what I mean? It's strange because he got away with that shit.
Oh, it's not. I don't feel like it was ever a race thing.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't. Yeah,
there are instances of that, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but
crazy. Sexual assault's bad, you guys. I don't know how to get out of that.
I don't know why
she got heavy. Sexual assault.
I should have used my inner discretion to get us out of that. But I don't have any.
That's right. I don't know.
I still haven't learned to shut the fuck up.
Never will.
No, it's gonna keep going.
So yeah, the Mars landing ship was cool though. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. I very much enjoyed that. That was pretty neat. It was kind of a very proud moment for me to watch that live like that. The 7-minute, what do they call it? 7 minutes of hell.
7 minutes of hell.
Yeah, that was
because
cool.
7 minutes of hell. Levi didn't watch it, so it's.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
It's called. Is it EML? Man. Is it entry? EDL. Entry.
ELO.
Descent. Landing.
Entry. They enter
the atmosphere.
Yep.
Descent is descending.
Yep.
And so the entry is getting into the atmosphere at the right angle. Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like not what it has
descent,
to be perfect.
Yeah, it has to be angle. Whatever angle. Fuck, dude, or you bounce off or you burn up.
Yeah.
The descent is once it fucking enters the atmosphere. The parachute comes out, and you're doing like 14 Gs. You're going from 14 Gs from when you exit the atmosphere, then you're down to like 1.5 Gs.
It's crazy, man.
And once that, because they don't have parachutes that in regular everyday society that will fucking stop that much weight going that fast.
Yeah, they have jets, rockets, or
whatever. Yeah. So then the descent and the I don't know, man. Going off memory, I only saw the shit once, but once it gets to a certain altitude, it ditches the fucking not the parachute, but it separates from that. Yeah. So then it's falling at a certain thing, and now it's got boosters lowering it down. And once it's right before it hits the ground, then the boosters have to fucking shut off, and it has to land.
Yeah,
7 minutes out.
Nothing to it, and it was like 250 million miles. It went over 7 months or something like that.
Something like that. Something insane.
It's a testament to fucking nerds' brains, dude. It's cool.
I saw a pretty cool meme. It was don't ask me to remember now. It was equating how
I thought you were just making a statement.
It was equating it was equating how hard it is to land on Mars with like climate change.
Oh,
it's
yeah, scientists. Yeah, I saw that one too. Like the scientists spent, it went 7 months and landed something on the moon. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to believe him on climate change.
The fucking scientists.
Or just say, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Climate change isn't real. Whatever. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, man. I enjoyed that very much. It was, you were talking about how it was like a Super Bowl. It's like watching somebody, like the room was like when somebody won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's all.
You ever watch The Martian?
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of my favorite fucking movies.
Great.
I cry almost every time I watch that fucking,
really
when they rescue him, spoiler alert, when they rescue him. And they're all like, yeah, the thing, like the Super Bowl. And I'm like, God damn right.
I know, but it's fun. I always thought it would be funny if in that room like that, because they always interview people at the Super Bowl and they always say, oh, thank God, God's on our side. And I just want to thank God for helping us execute and win the Super Bowl. But there's a bunch of scientists in that room. So they're all like, in your face, God. This was us. This is my brain. In your face. This is my nerd fucking brain.
Did you ever see that Onion article that was, it was from 10 years ago or something? And it was
nothing makes. Let me just say, the Onion still has the ability. Nothing makes me laugh harder than a good Onion headline.
Oh, dude,
it still has the ability to fucking kill me sometimes.
Well, this article in particular was NASA finally completes its 52-year-old mission to find and kill God. It is fucking hilarious.
It's so good, dude. One of my favorites is recently when who's the guy? Jeff Sessions got fired, and he's big anti-weed guy.
Yeah.
And it's a despondent Jeff Sessions tries to kill himself by sparking up a joint.
Oh yeah. What's the old?
So good.
What's your whole like stance on that on legal weed? I kind of have an idea, but like working for a recovery center like that, like I mean that's a zero tolerance policy there. I would assume too, right?
Yeah, it is. I don't know, man. So I'm a big believer in like. I think they should both be legal. I think I never really got why booze was legal and weed wasn't. What did I just break something?
No, I think we're
Probably.
still good.
Okay, good. I can still hear my dumbass voice, so it should be okay. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I don't think I'm full libertarian where I think everything should be legal because heroin's fucking horrible, man. Like it's real bad.
You lose me once you start talking about heroin and meth and fucking.
But I think recreationally, I don't know. I think it's funny because we're in this town where you got like bars on every corner and you got the fucking Cycle Pub going down the street. You got like paddling pints. And
we'll talk about the Cycle Pub when we're done because I know that's your favorite thing.
Oh, dude. And like I always say I want to start hang gliders and heroin so I can compete with all this. So it'll be land, sea, and air. But it's like...
Dude, I saw a video of a hang glider video today, and I'm not shitting you.
A lot of those.
It was the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life because there were two people on this hang glider.
Yeah.
And you see the caption on it is... Oh, yeah, look at this guy's reaction once he realizes, right as he's taking off on the hang glider, that he's not attached to the motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Like, you can see the fucking hook right here, and the thing's supposed to go in there, and he's just hanging, and they fucking start going, and right as they're getting off the ground, he's like, oh, shit, and he just fucking grabs on to, like, the person he's with, and they're fucking midair for however long they were going. That's the ultimate fucking shit your pants, just fucking please.
I have always wanted a hang glide, though.
That's the one thing because I've jumped out of planes and I've rappelled out of helicopters and I've done nutty shit.
So how did he grab him? Did he like
by the dick?
Was it belly to belly?
It was they're both chest high really on this bar on the hang glider. So once he realized it and he starts to go like this, he just holds on to that like this on the person. Wow. He's just holding on for fucking dear life, dude, and they're just flying.
Oh my gosh. That freaks me
out. Don't their feet go into like a little...
Bring it up on your phone.
I will. What's it called?
This hang glider, it's pretty recent, so just look for hang gliding not hooked up or something.
But like, don't hang gliders' feet go in like a little pouch in the wing?
No, I don't think so. I think that's why they call it hang gliding, because you're just hanging there. I mean, I really think that's why. I don't think your feet go anywhere.
Right.
No,
There is. I don't know.
Because when you land, you have to kind of step land.
To answer your question though,
Yeah.
I don't think as far as like addiction, I think we should be legal.
That's it.
This is it here.
I think I just
It's I think people can be addicted to anything.
first time hang glider.
Oh my god, dude, he's hanging there like a trapeze. Fuck that! Look at that, dude. He's hanging
Find
there
the
like
video.
a trapeze.
Find the video because it's fucking
Oh my
hilarious.
God, you have the technology?
You can't see his face, but it is the instant fucking dread. You just see the body tense up.
Video
Motherfucker.
shows hang glider, holiday hang glider. Do you have the technology in this podcast to put this up like in a box in the corner? so
No,
you
no,
can watch our reaction
that'll
to
happen
it?
at some point.
Oh my god! Oh, this is on CNN. I can't watch this. It's fake news. Just kidding. I gotta find the video. Okay, here we go.
Look for the video.
Hang glider hangs on after realizing he's not attached, dude. Okay, first, let me start by saying this. If you're going on a hang glider, you got one fucking job. Like, make sure you're hooked up.
I don't know
Like,
if it was.
you've got one job. Oh, you think something broke? Is
no,
something
it
that
was
broke?
just never hooked up.
What? All right. I have so many questions.
Yeah, well, we'll.
All right, Landon, we'll have to look it up after.
Yeah, we'll look it up.
I'll look. Oh no, wait. View video. Maybe I gotta hook up. This is fascinating podcasting. Let me see if I can find the. I'm gonna hook up to the Wi-Fi. Do you have Wi-Fi here?
Yeah, it's on. Look for a guest one. Guest. There you go. But it is definitely a fucking
Long password.
long, convoluted
We don't have to
password. So
deal
yeah,
with that. Oh wait. Yeah, it's got to log in. Anyway, yeah, I'll watch that later tonight. I'll keep it on my thing. Yeah, that's like a horror. That's an actual living nightmare.
yeah,
to
because
be
you're like,
hanging-
I'm
yeah.
gonna fall, and I don't. I think they found a quicker place to land.
It's like a James Bond movie or something. Where
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What were you saying before? The only reason you that I changed subjects because I saw this fucking hang gliding video today. And I'm like,
Hang gliders and heroin.
It was so fucking scary.
No, I think the weed thing is good. I think ultimately it's good. The best thing, the reason I think it's important is that it's stupid. Like in the work that I do, I see so many kids that have criminal records for just having weed,
Yeah.
for having a fucking plant. Meanwhile, you got the same thing. Like people are sitting in bars and you're drinking, and there's, like I say, the cycle pub and all this kind of shit all over the place. What is that? Why the false equivalency? I never got it. So that'll open that up. And I think ultimately it doesn't matter what it is. People can be, just because it's an illegal drug doesn't mean it's like, people get addicted to food, people get addicted to porn, gambling. It doesn't really matter. It's all just, I think it's just all about whatever that gives you the dopamine in your brain, you can get addicted to.
And look, I really didn't even start smoking weed regularly
Yeah.
until I was 40. Okay.
Yeah.
I can tell you, as somebody
Yeah.
who never got high until somebody that gets high pretty much every fucking day now.
Yeah.
That like, out of all of those,
Yeah.
weed
It's crazy.
weed is the least harmful one.
It has the least impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And I don't think and I'm not one of those people that doesn't drink either or doesn't use it. It's like you got to, like, it's not evil. Like people manage it. Like you guys, you can manage it. It was just a thing where I couldn't manage it. And I don't think I don't understand.
Well, the state of Michigan made you. Quit,
they
right?
had a
Yeah.
very strong, I had a real heart to heart with the state of Michigan. And they decided it was probably time. But yeah, that was, it just got to be unmanageable. But it's like, I think there's this false equivalency of like villainizing the fucking substance, which that's not really what it is. Some people don't drink, but they're addicted to, like I say, to food or porn or sex or
Yeah.
whatever. It's about whatever you abuse, I think, in your life. And I don't think weed is necessary. I mean, there are some people, I guess, that probably use it more than they should.
Oh, there are. I
Yeah,
mean,
if they overuse
you get
it.
into like teenagers using it, and
Yeah, I'm
they're
addicted.
not fully developed brains, so you try to discourage that until they get into at least a reasonable age. And there's of course all kinds of fucking potheads
dude.
that just sit there and smoke weed all day long and not get off their ass.
And that's the funniest thing to me is like we're all addicted to our fucking cell phones, dude. It's crazy. Like I was listening to NPR, one of those the other day. I don't usually listen to NPR, but my wife has an Outback, and it's always on in the Outback.
It's just
Sponsored by Terry
every
Gross.
single
Yeah.
preset is just fucking
It's all
NPR.
NPR.
And college radio too. Yeah.
Hello, this is Terry Gross. Put on your seatbelt, please. No, it is. Like left turn is coming on your left.
Yeah.
But they were saying that they did a brain scan of people that were they were heroin addicts and people that were turning on their cell phones. And they did a brain scan of each person. So they did a brain scan of people that were booting up a heroin rig to inject, and they did a brain scan of people that were turning on their cell phones.
No fucking shit.
They couldn't. Scientists couldn't tell the difference between the two. So it's like the same area, part of the brain gets fired up.
Fucking
it's
shit.
dopamine. It's all dopamine, dude. That's the common denominator of all fucking addiction. Is it's whatever releases dopamine in your brain. That's what addicts are. There's like actual physiological differences between an addict's brain and people that don't have addictive brains, because the way we process dopamine is fucked up. Like, we just want that fucking hit, man.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's weird. And I was always a weird guy too, because I drank a fucking shit ton, but I like drinking alcohol is like a sedative. Like, it relaxes you.
Yeah.
It fired me, like, it works opposite for me. It was. That's why I always got fucking DUIs and shit.
Really just going fucking crazy.
That's why I always got DUIs.
Because I was always going somewhere. Yeah, I was really good at it. It was mandatory.
How many fucking DUIs did you get?
I only have two. I only have two. It's weird.
You made it sound like you got one like every fucking week.
They caught me the only 2 times I ever drove and drank, which is weird.
I know, that's not a good ratio, man.
I'm from the UP, man. That's how we fucking, it's like common denominator. We used to do shit up there. That was like the thing you did in the UP. Like, we would
just
go
get
out
hammered and drive around.
Dude, there was this one time. There was this one time I was with friends up in the UP. Couldn't have been 18, 19. And like, everybody has a cabin up there.
Yeah.
They have a hunting camp or whatever.
They call that their house.
Yeah, their house. Yeah. We're going up to the camp. Come on down there. We'll fuck get down there. And so we hopped in the guy. Like, we would just drink 40s. We get 40s, and we drive around and like just like shine deer and shoot deer and shit. So
not all right.
Yeah, that's
Drunk,
what we did.
Shining deer.
Yeah, not risk
Poaching, DUIs.
So we go.
Yeah.
So
The second favorite pastime in the UP is breaking laws. As many laws as possible.
You ever seen the movie Goodfellas? You've seen Goodfellas before?
Yeah.
So we were out there in the middle of the fucking day.
Dude, you were telling me that you wanted to do a spoof Uper video of Goodfellas shot for shot, but all Uper. That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah, we did that on the radio show that one time.
Yeah.
So we shoot this guy. We go out, and one guy's got a shotgun hanging out in the middle of the day. Drunk. We're all fucking drunk. Middle of the day. Guy poaches a deer. Poaches a deer. And we're in like a Bronco, like an old Bronco. And he's got a tarp with, like, this is like a gangster, like UP gangsters. He goes out and takes a dead deer, throws it in the back of the truck in a tarp. This is not a truck.
Dude, I'm not shitting
SUV.
you. As you talk about the UP, you get more Uper.
Oh no! Hey, don't tell you what.
It creeps in, man.
No, I can't. We were talking about this today. There are certain situations. Well, let me finish the story first. So we're in the truck, get the deer, blah blah blah, driving around. So it's like Goodfellas. Deer's not dead. It's in the back. It starts kicking. It's kicking him in the back of the head in the car while running around. So fucking my life. But no, I am from the UP, which is a weird place to live. It's a good place to be from. It's an odds place, and I was lucky that my parents.
Michigan's Upper Peninsula
Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Yeah, it's a fascinating place. It's a fascinating place. And my dad's from Detroit, so I had I guess an influence, like a vocal influence that wasn't a super Uper. But I will notice now that when I always, if I'm working on a car or motorcycle, I'll start, shoot. It kind of creeps in.
Yeah.
Hey, get her going there. Eh? Fire it up. Let her rip. First try. No way. Yeah, it's weird. My brother and I still leave each other messages in like Uperese. So it's such
fantastic.
a weird. It's like a weird cross between it's like Irish.
Does he still live in the UP?
He lives down in Green Bay. Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Course.
Oh yeah. Honey. Yeah, I've been working on a Rosetta Stone a bit where I talk about how they should have a Rosetta Stone for Upers.
They should.
Yeah, no way. It's a weird place. I like it though. I couldn't wait to get out of there when I was a kid, and now I go up there all the time.
So I feel like I interrupted your story.
Which one?
Shoot a deer.
Oh no, that was it.
No, it was alive and kicking.
Oh, that was kicking. Okay, I thought it was.
So no, it ended up. He ended up killing it. It was just like Goodfellas. He ended up stabbing it in the back of the truck. There's blood all over the fucking truck. I mean, I say truck, but it was like an SUV. Like we were in like a Bronco. My buddy's sitting in the back seat, and I was driving, so I'm like accessory of some kind of crime. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on poaching, so now I'm probably gonna get like.
It's not a federal crime. It's not like shit I used to do when I was a teenager.
So
still can't talk about that.
Oh, dude. Some of the situations were great, but I'm sitting there. I remember driving, and I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and all of a sudden the legs start kicking. He's like kicking him in the back of the head, like it was alive in the back of the car. So yeah, poaching. Not exactly my proudest moment.
Straight out of Tommy Boy right there.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Is Tommy Boy out at this point?
I don't. Boy, probably. This would have been like. I was 18, 19. This probably would have been like
96 or so is when
97?
Tommy Boy came out, right?
This would have been around that time. Yeah,
Yeah.
96, 97. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, fuck, deer right there in the back of the car there. No way. Yeah, weird shit. Yeah, it's amazing, though, that the shit that we do when we're younger, that we even make it. A lot of dumb shit.
You made it, man.
We made it. We're here. I didn't think I was going to live this long. We're here.
What do you got? I know you are opening or featuring for Tom Green on Sunday in Kalamazoo.
Featuring for Tom Green, man. It's crazy to even think about it. I'm excited. We have Diego Atanasio is going to be in town this week. We should.
These are all in Traverse City.
These are all in Traverse City. Studio Anatomy, which, by the way, if you're listening to this and you're anywhere near Traverse City, you got to come out to Studio. We all beer at Studio Anatomy now. Have I told you this?
Oh, really? Did they figure out a way?
We found out that we can do it. We can offer it. We can't sell it.
Yeah. Can you offer it by a donation? So you go to charity or something? Yeah.
So Brian and the crew, we're as the kids say, we're fidding to get down over there. We're gonna have a little like keg party.
Well, I like that,
dude. It's
Studio Anatomy. We'll be at the Thad. I'll be at the Thad Ranger thing, hosting, co-hosting that with Thad Ranger.
Workshop Brewing Company has been very gracious to offer us. It's gonna be sponsored by Workshop, so that's cool.
Nice.
So we're gonna have their beer down there, which is cool. Which that might rotate. I don't know how we're gonna do that. We might rotate it with other places.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be neat. It's always nice to get some. We always get a little funnier when people are drinking.
I know I laugh more when I'm drinking.
I know, dude. So we got Diego and Azio is going to be up. That's Saturday the 1st. Then the 2nd, I'm going to be downstate. We always have comedy in Traverse City on Tuesdays at Union Street Station, which has been just thank you again for hooking that up. That's been fucking.
I didn't do anything. I said, hey, well, the dude who owns it wanted to do stand up. I'm like, yeah.
He's really good to us, man. He's treated us really well, and that's a cool room. And the Dish in Traverse City just started doing comedy again. We do that's a really cool little like cafe. Randy and Patty own that place, and they're really supportive of like the local art, so they have us in there. And that's turned into a really weird kind of almost like a writer's room. It's really weird. It's usually like
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's usually the comics and then maybe another 10 people or whatever, but it feels real intimate and kind of like good place to work on material, which is cool. And then we got parlor stuff coming up. We got a lot of you can go. Oh, I should talk about it's TraverseCityComedy.com.
Oh, that's right. You got a website for this shit now.
Yeah, dude. Morgan Burkbyer's put it together, and he's been tracking all the traffic, and for some reason, it's getting a ton of traffic. So we put everything on there now. You can check that out. TraverseCityComedy.com. I don't know. Just keeps happening. Comedy's weird, dude. It's like we just keep doing shit, and stuff keeps happening, and we got a bunch of stuff in the works. I think Stu Huff is coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be on the website when he's coming back. We haven't confirmed it yet, but and we got shit all. Dude, 2019 is gonna be fucking crazy.
Can't wait to hear about it, man.
It's huge. We're talking about doing some Old Town Playhouse stuff, a couple bigger ones.
Yeah, Ben had said something about
So
that. Yeah.
it's getting good, and we'll have to talk about your other strip club job. Getting in there this week.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk.
We'll try to get in the strip club this week.
Sounds good.
With Diego.
All right, man. Matt Zerilli.
Hey.
Matthew Zerilli.
Yeah, Matthew. Sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
See you next time.
We got a lot of dick jokes in.
Yeah, we did.
Including
One
3.
long one.
Boom.
Yeah.
One long one.
One long dick joke.
This is cool, man. Thanks for having me.
We got it.